See my slides okay? Well, that's because there aren't any. Don't worry about it. So last year, I gave a lightning talk on how to use Flutter, the new Google development language, and I did a 5-minute demo. I'm not doing a demo today. And 2 years ago, I talked about why Dart should be your next programming language. Well, I want to report some progress since last year. So Flutter, again, just for those who weren't last year's talk, started as an SDK to build high-performance apps on iOS and Android, compiling down to native ARM code. There are no slides. I said there were no slides. Who wasn't listening? Apparently, we find out who wasn't listening. that time doesn't count. That time doesn't count. So, yeah, just imagine this in your head. Come on. So Flutter programs are basically Dart code for the common ports, iOS and Android at this point, plus platform channels in the native languages, so you can access everything on the device. There's no limitations to what Dart can do on a given modern platform. But since last year's 5-minute live demo, I've been approved as a Dart Flutter Google developer expert. This is really an honor. There's only like 40 of us in the world. So, yeah, so I represent to the world Dart and Flutter as a non-Google employee. So, over 4,500 packages in the pub right now. That's like Perl CPAN. That's huge. It just keeps growing every day. There are thousands of Flutter apps in the stores. Itsallwidgets.com lists over 650, but those are all just the self-reported ones. But I know personally that from my inside contacts, there's at least 1,200 just in the Google Play Store. Flutter has gone 1.0 in December, and that really raised a lot of interest for it because finally it was out of the 3-year beta. And then 1.5 just last month, and 1.5 introduces much more complete set of material and Cupertino widgets, so you can really get a lot of flexibility in how you do your layout. Dart went from 2.0, strong, Dart has gone 2.0, that's strong sound typing, no more loosey-goosey typing like 2 years ago. And then 2.3 added easier collection initialization, and the Dart for web and Dart for the server just keeps getting better and better. Google's really working hard on this. Desktop Flutter, that was something we only saw a demo of back in December, but it went to developer preview last month. This is really cool. So think of Electron, but with a sane language. Very, very important, right? It supports Linux, Mac, and Windows, and hot restart, but not hot reload yet. They're working on that. Flutter for web, and this was also demoed last December, but developer preview last month. The apps will run in all modern browsers, but built with Flutter code, not Angular Dart, which was the other way to do it. And Fuchsia was also mentioned last month. That's been sort of this background project that we don't really know much about, but it was actually announced at this Google conference. So they are moving forward. The nice thing about Fuchsia is it's going to be supported by Flutter. It can also run Android apps, but it's also a microkernel and gets away from Linux entirely. So no more dependency on Java. Really cool. And a lot of that's because there's this thing going on between Oracle and Google, and they're trying to get away from Java everywhere. So at least that's my suspicion, and I can't tell you because I'm under an NDA, but yeah, that's my suspicion. So the nice thing about this is Flutter everywhere. These programs can be ported across all platforms with minimal changes and pixel-perfect parity. So you see exactly the same thing on iOS and Android, and now the web, and now the desktop. It's really, really slick. And the Dart and Flutter plugins for IntelliJ, Android Studio, and VS Code are continuously improved. So in summary, I'm just going to say it's a really great time to look at Dart and Flutter. See dart.dev and flutter.dev. Google bought the .dev domain, so all their websites are moving towards it. It's really fun. And if you have any questions, ask me, or go to those other 2 websites, and there are links there to Gitter and things like that. Thank you.